Welcome to the Savvy Property Investors Podcast, a weekly show that delivers the best hard-hitting property industry news, business advice, and talks that will get you ascending in the real estate industry. Now, here's your host, the amazing award-winning property and business coach, best-selling author, and serial entrepreneur, Miss Sapphire Gray.
Welcome to the Savvy Property Investors Show. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's great to be here today. I've not been well over the last couple of weeks, so I've not done any recordings. So thank you for your patience to see this new show. So what are we discussing today? So today we're talking about the 101 money saving tips. And I'll be going through a few tips with you just to give you an idea of exactly how you can save money, especially in this current economy, and how we're going to go about doing that. So bear with me while I'll just introduce myself again for those who haven't heard about me. So welcome to another episode of the Property Investors Show. The show is for people that aspire to be property investors, business owners. This could be coaches, consultants, trainers who want to become that savvy investor and basically build a legacy for their loved ones or just themselves. My name is Sapphire Gray. I'm going to be your host today. I've been running a mini series every 2 weeks. So on different topics, but this one's really been surrounding the money saving economy tips as well. So it's basically how to take control of your money. This mini series has been about. And if you haven't watched the previous episodes, please head over to our YouTube channel where you can catch the replays on each of our episodes, or look at our website, www.savvywomen.co.uk, where you can actually see the replay of all the recent shows that we've put on there and other shows before that. But before we get stuck in today, if you are thinking about investing in property or are currently a seasoned investor, why don't you walk in the footsteps of someone that has done it, someone that is built out, or someone that has been growing over the years their portfolio? You may be in that stuck position where I was many years ago. I've created a really nice toolkit, the Property Investors Toolkit. You can go over to www.savvywomen.co.uk and have a look at the whole promotion that I'm running over there. It takes you through the full print of what I do on a daily basis, sourcing properties. So you can follow in my footsteps and really get down to the nuts and bolts of doing this for yourself. So this costs a little as £37. So go ahead and check it out. And when you check it out, you'll be going into a link, the Savvy Women Investors Academy.com, where you can then get this bumper toolkit for your property investors needs. If you scroll down in our show notes, you can also find the link to this wonderful offer. Or if you're watching from YouTube or social media platforms, you can also see the link in our comments section. For those who don't already know me, my name is Sapphire Gray. As I said before, I'm an award-winning property investor, coach and business coach with over 30 years experience in this arena. If you visit my personal website, sapphiregray.com, then you can learn much more about me and the services that I offer. This season, as I said, we're looking at our personal finances and the best way to utilize your finances for your business or personal life. And we've discussed many tips over the last few weeks. Our first episode in this mini series was about best credit checking service, compare them. Second one was looking at your household income, what's coming in, what's going out. The other one on the fourth episode was annual percentage, APR, what it is and how it works. Our fifth episode was, are you in debt? And how to write to your creditors. Don't bury your head like an ostrich. Don't feel a way about debt. It's not pleasant to be in debt. But at the same time, if you've got life and breath in you, look at it that you would eventually pay this off. And if you can't, there is ways and tools and help that you can get. And please reach out to us. And I have helped so many of our clients get out of debt, right into their debtors, getting it reduced down to as little as £1 if you're in the UK. And just looking at ways of repaying and ways of writing to your creditors so that they can understand your situation. And then you feel like this light weighted thing has lifted off your shoulders because you've confronted your debt. Do not be ashamed of it. We've been there, we've done that. And now I can clearly say we're helping clients to also be there and have done that. And this week, we're looking at 101 money saving tips, which I will go through today. Don't forget, I'll be giving away all the PDFs that cover each and one of these episodes as well. So make sure you bookmark that and contact us at contact@savvywomen.co.uk. So welcome to this session. So we're looking at 101 money saving tips. Now, I'm not going to give you 101 money saving tips on the show, but I will be going through quite a few. And if you want to know how many different tips I've done, it's all in our PDF, which is free for you to reach out. So again, reach out to our contact email and we'll be happy to send it to you. I like to educate people on how to save money and on time. And today I'd like to show you how you can use various tips to save money, save time, and no waste involved. So how does this actually work? Well, if you look at reducing your household waste, that can save you money. And I'm not talking rubbish, I'm talking food waste. Are you cooking? Are you buying outside? Electricity, are you lighting up your house like a Christmas tree? So as I go through today's
like what you hear so far,
make sure that you listen to our podcast, and it's great to have you here. So if we look at turning off your computer when it's not in use, there's lots of people today that who leave on their computers or start their day, they have on their computers and they put it to hibernate, and they don't put it off totally. They just put it to sleep at night. This is burning a lot of current. So my suggestion to you today is turn off your computer, turn off any excess plugs that you've got switched on around your home or office, and switch them out overnight. You can come back in the morning and switch them back on, but at least you know you're saving those pennies. Another one is turn off the lights in your place. Now, I know for one, I get so frustrated with this with my young adults, because they are adults now, or my grandchildren running around and lighting up my house like a Christmas tree. I'm always forever turn off the lights around the house. Now, there is a way you can save on some money, get some solar paneled lights in the house, and they can be switched on automatically. And basically, as you walk past them, as they come on, so it's an automatic response to your motion detecting lights, and they save you quite a bit. Yes, you've got an initial layout, but in the long run, it's not burning the overhead lights, and it only operates when you walk past it, and you can just use it for lighter use as well, which are really good money saving energy as well, because a pack of batteries will cost you far less than switching on one switch and leaving those lights on at any time. How about cooking? Who cooks? I love cooking. Cooking your own meals can help you save lots of money. This is because buying the ingredients for certain recipe is definitely more affordable than eating out, excuse me, in restaurants, sorry, or fast food chains. Just make sure you're cooking healthy. Again, if you're getting the right nutrients, it saves you on your health bills as well. But cooking is fun, and it really is fun. And I mean, a lot of people probably screaming at me right now as they're watching this and saying, Sapphire, I hate cooking. I don't like it. It takes forever. The kitchen gets really messy. There's so many excuses you can have, but it is more cost effective. So if you're looking to cut back on bills, get a cookbook and just follow the recipe as done. And I tell you, you'll get a lot of pleasure out of it, and you'll save a lot of money. And make sure that also that your ingredients you're buying is going to not be used all at once. You can have seasonings that's left back, or rice or potatoes, so you've got another meal out of it. Sometimes when I go shopping, I can get at least 3-4 meals out of the shop I've got for that particular one day. So make sure you know how to proportion out your food and do it that way, and you're saving a lot of money. My food waste has gone down dramatically because we're only eating what we cook. I've going out bills, I don't really go out, but I do love to I do like eating out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a miser, and I'm not telling you to be that frugal. If you can afford it, still treat yourself. It's always nice to treat yourself. However, the best way to start saving on those pennies is cooking for yourself. And please share your dishes that you have cooked for yourself. I'll share a few of mine. Share a few of your cooking dishes. I'd love to see them and see what you've come up with, if it's the first time you're going to cook for yourself. So what about buying alternatives? When you do your research, you'll find that out a lots of products out there that you can substitute. Basically, you don't have to get branded products. I mean, I won't compromise myself personally on Heinz. I always get Heinz, love Heinz, and there's no compromise for that, especially when it comes to baked beans or spaghetti. I would definitely not compromise. But there is some products out there that is much more affordable, and you should look to buy alternatives, because buying high street brands sometimes, and this comes with clothes as well, can really cost you a fortune. So if you can find an alternative for that, why not? So credit cards promotions. Credit card promotions are offered every now and then, in which it can provide you a way to save some money through gift cards, gift checks, or discounts on certain stores and restaurants, even wine. So some even offer cashback options for a certain amount of credit used, or when you purchase from a certain store. From a certain store. So make sure you look at your credit card promotions. I use a credit card, couple of cards, Amex. I collect points for air miles, and I got posts for shopping points and cashback as well. So have a look at these different promotions, see if it's to your advantage. I spend on my large items on credit card, but pay them off at the end of the month. I don't want to be in debt, so I use it to my advantage. So I would buy bigger items on it, knowing that I've got the cash, and at the end of the month pay off in full. And that's how I've been doing it for many years, which has always been to my advantage. And another advantage for that is that it ups your credit score as well, so you get points for paying off your debt in full. How about fixing up things yourself? Now, this is one of my loves. I love doing my own DIY in my house or anywhere else. I'm into property. I love investing in property, but I also love doing the work in my investments as well. And that's what a lot of people don't know about me. I love fixing up properties. So I'm always forever doing different projects in my house. And so I always say, before you toss it out, an item that you think is broken, try and repair it yourself, or upcycle it into something else. By doing that, you would be able to save a lot of money and not having to purchase a new one to fix something up. Or you can also ask a friend for tips regarding it, or go to your local friend called YouTube, and I can promise you there is somebody that has done a video on something that you want to repair, and you can see it. If it's anything to do with gas or electric, please do get a specialist in for that. The basics you can do, but please do be protecting yourself. Do not try to handle something that is huge, even though you can see a video on it, but get the experts in for that. At least you get a kind of a pricing idea as well. So avoid spending through your credit cards. So what do I mean here? Some people think that having a credit card is having an open bank account. When you're spending through your credit cards, one of the best ways to pile up your debt is this way. Thus, if you want to save more money, you should purchase on cash basis only. Save your credit cards for emergencies, or, as I said, large items where you can pay off. Every item you purchase with your use of your credit card can also add to more of your existing debt and monthly surcharge. Thus, it's time for you to leave that credit card at home. Gaming nights. Who loves to play games? I love playing games with my daughters. We play Monopoly and Avid games, dominoes. Love it. So if you love going out with your friends for that wine bar, that pub, going down the pub, how about having a games night indoors with a couple of cans or a bottle of wine or even some food? This will save you money in the long run, and you've got friends and family around you and having a wonderful evening. So join us after the break, where we'll be back with more money saving tips.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button below. Our podcast is only made possible by great listeners like you.
So welcome back after our mid-break. So what was we talking about? We were talking about saving money, and our last one we're talking about was gaming. So now we're moving on to traveling. Now, everyone loves to travel. I love traveling. I'm sure you love traveling as well. But we can save money on traveling by booking in advance. And the best way to do that is go to a travel agent and look at the discounts that they're offering at the time. Sometimes separating out your flights and your hotel and car hire may be cheaper than doing it in bulk. So always make sure you shop around in advance of you wanting to go on holiday. So bundling your insurance policies. Now people think, you have to have separate insurance policies on everything. And there are certain insurance providers today which can offer not just auto insurance policies, but also homeowners and other forms of insurance. So if you want to save money, you should ask your provider for possible discounts if you bundle your policies together. I've always believed in bundling my policies. I've got my daughter on my car insurance. I've got all my properties on from one insurer. They give me a bulk discount. And I do other things that I share. That could be sharing like in Netflix and things like that as well. And sharing Amazon Prime, Spotify, things like that. Bundling things together always saves you money in the long run. So check it out. Another way of saving as well is having a savings account at a more friendly bank. There are certain banks these days that can charge you so many fees that you will not even get a chance to earn any kind of interest. One of the fees that are quite common at some banks is called the maintenance fee. Thus, if you read your bank's booklet and find these terms, then you should consider switching your banks. So always look at what you are getting charged for, who's charging you, why they're charging you. Ask the relevant questions and get it discounted. Take it off and say, look, I don't need this. It's not relevant to me. Have it taken away. So you're not paying for something that you are not using. Here's another one that many may object to. I gave up smoking some time now because for health reasons. So it helped with my health reasons, but also religious reasons, and also it was definitely bad for me. We all know it can lead to certain diseases. And aside from that, it's very expensive nowadays. I'm not sure how much a pack costs nowadays, but when you quit smoking, you're less risky at certain diseases. You can smell things more clearer, brightly on your nostrils, and save a lot of money in the long run. So that's another one, a saving tip that I would suggest to anyone, not because I'm a non-smoker myself, but for many, many other reasons as well. And another one that we tend to do is make impulse buys. I've always said to people, making impulse buys, especially if you've got your credit card in use, will just pile up debt. And who wants more debt added to themselves? So to ensure this is not going to be the case, think about it in these terms. Is it something that I need, or is it something that I want? I repeat that. Is it something that you need? Question mark. Or is it something that you want? Question mark. And if it's the latter, it's something you want, then you don't need it. It's not something that's going to, If it's something to cheer you up or you've done a really good month and you're rewarding yourself, that's different. But if it's just things that you're just buying for the sake of spending money, then just don't do it. It just leads to bad debt and a discomfort that you're in debt as well. This one I like is gaining the support of your family. If you want to save more money, tell your family that that's what you're going to do. So they're not enticing you to spend money on things or frivolous things that you don't need. And when you have the support of your family, you can also work together to minimize all of your costs and help you to your water consumption, your energy consumptions. These are the things when you're talking to your family that you want to save money on, they will also pull in tow and help to save. Nothing worse than you see a child running a tap for their life and thinking it's the river that they're running in your sink. And you thinking to yourself, that is just money going down the drain. Now you have to remember, kids are not aware, or some children are not aware that bills actually exist. They think it's magic that there's heating in the house. It's magic that there's lights in the house, or definitely magic that there's water and you've got a roof over your head. You need to educate your kids from now to tell them how to consume on these things. So it saves you money, not leaving their chargers plugged in all day, all night, charging up all their toys and things like that. Try to educate them on how not to waste things. And they'll grow up to young adults that understand that waste is not good. Another one is to check your mobile phone bills to save money. One of the best ways to do this, check your bills for services that you may have enrolled on. Try to be careful about this and evaluate the services that are being offered to you, whether you need them. Those that are in the UK, you pay some service providers, My 102, you have to pay for text, emojis and things like that. So make sure that you're aware of what you're paying for, because sometimes you send a text with an emoji and you forget you're paying for that. The text is free, the emojis are not, but they are in WhatsApp. So preferably do WhatsApp. And lastly, thank you for joining me on this mini series, whistle stop that we've done tour. And this is our last episode for in midstream of season 5. We're taking a break until May this year. And if you've missed any of the episodes previously, as I said before, we talked about the best credit check service and we compared those. We talked about household personal income, annual percentage rate, APR, are you in debt and how to write to your creditors. And today we're talking to you about money saving tips. So please join us back in May for the second half of season 5, where we'll have various speakers from the financial world and have a special guest. Remember, you can reach out to us for a free discovery call if you need more information about property investing or business starting a property saving kitty, or just wanting to clear some debt and looking at budgeting yourself. You can join us on all our social media at 50 Savvy Women on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and go to LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, download, and share. It's been a joy always doing these lively episodes with you. And thanks for those that have liked. Thanks for those that have shared. And thanks for those that have been listening. So far, so good. We've enjoyed your company. I will see you in May. Have a lovely time until such time, and speak to you then.
This week's episode of the Savvy Property Investors Podcast was brought to you by our sponsor, the Savvy Women Group. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's show, head over to our website, www.savvywomen.co.uk, to gain access to our free resources and more insights about our guest speaker today. Remember, we make your business our business, so you can unlock your full potential and improve your quality of life.